Welcome, everyone, to this week on the 6873 show. Today, we have a very interesting subject. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for everyone. We're going to be delving into why sex and violence sells and why it's so prolific in all of our media. I think it's going to be a fun subject. Please stay with us. Anyway, my name is Captain Rin. The other hosts of the show, of course, are...
Hi, I'm Rossi. And here we also have is...
Ion and this beautiful woman next to me.
This is always Tookie, and we are joined by our favorite fish stick, Healed, and also Twisted, who is our guest today.
Hello,
and
I'm
like
Twisted.
Ren said, and like Ren said, why does sex and violence sell? What is it that does that it makes people like so interested? So like it's like a whole different dimension.
It's almost like...
dimension.
It's almost like an addiction in some ways, because, I mean, you look at everything in media, from games, movies, books. I mean, it's basically the core subject with everything is sex and violence. I mean, name me one show that doesn't deal with sex and or violence.
Peppa Pig.
Yes.
The Teletubbies.
Sorry, I'm still trying to recover because I didn't say dimension, I said dimension.
Oh dear.
This is gonna
Anyway,
be
that was one of the reasons I actually asked Scarlett to Twisted. Scarlett, which would you actually like me to call you? Just Twisted?
You can call me anything you want.
Kinky. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I asked Twisted to be our guest for this episode, because, well, before we get into it, do you want to tell us and your audience about yourself?
Yeah, well, for the purposes relevant here, I do draw furry porn. Like, tons of it.
Nice.
They also do...
And they will be examples, obviously.
I also do human, pony, and I've got games in this criteria as well. So I'm very familiar with
That's true.
using porn
my.
to sell, and also the cycle of consumption in regards to pornographic products. And I suppose violence as well, since porn and violence quite often meet each other sometimes.
And people do have kinks.
Masochism, and yeah.
Yeah, bondage and stuff, yeah.
BDSM.
Yeah,
Exactly.
BDSM.
BDSM.
Jinx.
There's more people who are into that than aren't these days.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, you can also take
Yeah.
violence in other contexts. Like just watch the news. It's more intriguing when you see like, oh, this person got shot today and car chase and everything. Like the violence of that, like action movies, whatever. If there are violence, there's an audience.
Yeah, yeah.
And
All
then
the
there's the more
substantial
darker
videos.
version. Yeah.
Hmm.
Snuff
Like
films,
even a lot of...
unfortunately.
You watch even a lot of movies like, you know, you like watch romance, and you look at the film base for a really, really well done good romance movie, and it's okay. But then you do something that's an action shoot 'em up, you know, a movie with lots of sex and violence. There's nothing wrong with G-rated movies, just as long as there is a lot of sex and violence in them. But you see the crowd for that, and they're massive.
Yeah,
Prime
like, so the
examples.
Saw films
Some
are a good
prime-
example.
For prime example is 50 Shades of Grey
Yeah, that's a
and
good
John
example.
Wick.
Wasn't even a good story. But yet it's...
The third movie
You know.
was.
I mean, like, the book
Well, no,
the
50
book
Shades
itself
of Grey.
was good.
50 Shades
No,
of
the
Grey.
book
was-
itself
just
is a good
great.
read, but the
Yes,
movie
the
just-
third movie was.
No.
Listen, I saw
I
the
haven't
third
seen
movie
any of
before I
it.
saw either of the other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I
just
didn't
go
even
back
know
and
half
enjoy
of the
them
sex
at all.
scene.
John Wick was a good movie.
John Wick was awesome.
I haven't seen that.
Not much of it, but there again, not much of a story, but it had the sizzle.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway,
Thank
yeah,
you.
your 3 games. You got 2 of them is already out, and 1 is still in
Not like
production.
that,
from
you
what I,
dumbass.
from my knowledge. Sorry.
Yeah,
From my knowledge.
and not much violence in my games. Mostly, I keep to the sexy stuff. Like, I want to make something a bit more violent, because I don't necessarily think violence is inherently bad in fiction and fantasy. Like, Like, look at all the Marvel films, and those can be a lot of fun. But my games are mostly just appealing to fun, wholesome, sexy fun, which is like, just because sex is in media and used to sell things doesn't make it inherently a bad thing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that's right.
I
Yeah,
think
So
it's
a question,
a
if
I remember.
subject. Oh,
Oh,
Ren
go
had
ahead.
a question. No, Ren
Yeah,
had a
go on, Ren.
question.
Well, I was kind of wondering too, did you ever make just a regular game without the violence and the sex versus later on when you did make one? And did you notice the difference in between the two as far as like sales
No.
records?
I've only made porn games.
Oh, okay. What is an example of some of your games that you actually have on the market right now?
I've made Friendship with Benefits, which is like it's a game with pony characters. I won't say what they're inspired from, but I think we can imagine.
Mm.
And then I've made My Tuition
Are they little?
Academia. A little? No, they're big.
Rossi. Really? Really, Rossi? Honey, that
I've
look
made
like you're frightened or something.
so that's like my furry game, and I've
What?
got
He's just
a human
very
game
into this.
which is inspired by anime called Tuition Academia, where you basically take control of a female character and you've got to try and pay off the ridiculous tuition loans universities get, like a parody of real life. And then there's Monster Girl 1000, which is takes aspects of a fantasy world, which is like violent. Well, yeah, I suppose it is pretty violent, especially the arc I'm writing now. But that's focusing on humans and monster girls, which are kind of like anthropomorphic furry girls, but without the fur.
So
You know
like
what I
a
mean?
like a demi-human kind of vibe as well.
Yeah, like a just cat ears on a tail. Sometimes maybe furry
You know,
arms.
kind of
Oh, like a Neko
neckos and
kinda.
such.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that
Mhm.
does sell.
Mhm.
That does so.
Today,
Right.
anime is taking over, and the whole Neko thing. I mean, I even have a friend, when he is sugar high, he admits that he is a member of the itty bitty kitty titty committee. I think it's like that.
Itty bitty titty committee.
Itty bitty kitty titty committee.
Committee.
Okay, no.
As in
No, no,
Neko.
no,
That's a
no,
tongue
no,
twister.
No,
Mhm.
as in a
Tongue twister.
Neko.
No.
Yeah,
No,
the
just
Nekos.
saying that word kitty just shuts it off for me. No.
No, kitty.
Who
not
said it
kiddie.
should turn you on?
Oh, kitty! Kitty. Oh.
What do you think I said?
Wow,
Not kiddie,
healed.
kitty.
Wow.
What do
He
you
likes
think
them
I
big.
said?
The itty bitty
It's
titty
not
I
fan
thought
club.
it was
Kitty.
more like I thought it was more lining up with people that are into lollies, and it's just like no.
Oh no.
Yeah, we don't talk about that stuff.
Mhm.
We don't
Yeah,
talk about
thank fuck
grooming.
for that.
Honey, I love you, but shut the fuck up. And your quills are getting through your head. That might explain somewhat why you're like this.
Clothes are
So
going a bit great.
Anyway, so
so Twisted.
how many games?
Yeah.
3.
Well, how many games? 3?
Yeah, and I want to make 2 more, but these things take time. Way too much time.
Yeah. Well, I have seen your progress on Monster Girl 1000, and it is good. I mean, like the
Yeah, I
storyline
kinda
of it
want
is
it to
amazing. The
be-
artwork is immense.
Kind of want it to be like a magnum opus, but at the same time, I don't want to spend too much time on it. So,
It makes sense.
When you say you draw furry porn too, is it like a comic or is it just like exclusively to people who want to buy like a certain kind of art or
commissions and stuff.
yeah, commission or so?
what I do is every month I do suggestions on Patreon. People recommend suggest characters, and then I take the top voted suggestions and I draw typically 4 furry girls a month, and I do them in pinups, usually solo pinups, maybe 2 at once, that kind of stuff. And then I just throw that on the internet. You might see it on any furry board you browse or whatever.
But to take it a step further, now we're talking about games and such and violence. Like I know there's a lot of parents out there saying, "Oh, but it was the game that him or her do it. And no,
No,
no.
no, no, no.
They might be inspired by it, but that doesn't mean they're gonna act on it.
The better question
It could be.
is why
Hmm.
is it? Why is it parents are buying a game that's rated, obviously for anyone over the age of 15 or 18? Why are they buying that video game for a child who is not even 12?
That's like
Exactly.
Look
You
at
see that
buying.
so
VR
much.
Look at VR chat. Look at the Oculus.
Yeah,
People
so many
We
children
have
bought
buy
met
it.
plenty of them.
4-year-old.
Oh,
We met a 4-year-old in here.
Well, it's like even you get
For
some of
God's
these very,
sakes.
very, very violent games that are, are 18 plus. Like they literally say on the box 18 plus, and
Yeah.
they're multiplayer. So you meet other people in the games, and these are very, very violent, very sexually energized. And you go in the chat, or you go in the games, and it's nothing to see a 4-year-old. It's like, what is the status of parenting nowadays that would
Mm.
They'll just get it
not
to
only
keep
let
the
the kid
kids
have it,
quiet.
but buy it for them?
That's exactly what I
Yeah.
was thinking. It's just to occupy the kids. They want something to do the parenting
Yeah.
for them, really, don't they?
I mean, it should be old
Yeah,
school
we ain't
like
taking
my
care of their
mom.
crotch goblins. We're not taking care of their crotch goblins. Hell no.
No, it should
No.
be like my mom. Like when I was young and I started acting up in the market, she was going around shouting. And it was through that point where I just lay down on the floor and screamed like a banshee. What's the episode before this? She just didn't even try to make me stop. She just walked away.
It's
And she
like,
could hear me
just keep
through the
walking, that child
entire
is not
shop.
me.
No, she like people were looking at her like, how could what kind of mother was she? But eventually I would stop and I'll run after her because oh my
Yeah.
god, she's leaving me here.
There's a
And it
reason for
works.
that.
Consequences.
It's a case of not encouraging the bad behavior. The more you try
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
stop them, the more you're
The worse they
encouraging
get.
it by them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's no,
You're giving
I
attention.
want this. So because they're getting the attention, so they increase it more. I know from, as I say, my own daughter, and whenever she used to scream, it was our health advisor that said, because we were getting worried that she got to this stage where, I mean, don't get me wrong, my daughter's been brilliant grown up, but there was a stage where she started crying a lot, and it was like we were constantly rushing in, picking her up, rocking her, and everything to try and get her to settle back to sleep. And we said to the health advisor, what can we do? And they said, well, to be honest, let her cry, because she's getting your attention when she doesn't need it. So let her cry. Eventually, she will stop and realise that she doesn't need anything. So we're not going to let her suffer. We're not going to let her suffer. It wasn't anything like that. It was just
But you
in
can
the
also
night
hear
she just didn't
like
need anything.
yeah. But you can also hear the difference in like if it's just like I want mommy and daddy
Definitely.
versus a distress cry. Like
Oh God, yes.
trust me, you
yes.
can hear the difference.
Oh yeah, you would hear it.
Mm,
Oh yeah, you would hear
definitely. Mm.
So
Well, here's another thing too. Is like, yes, it is. The person's moral responsibility to decide not to act on stuff. But when we're indoctrinating children so young into, because since everything is covered by sex and violence, and children learn when they're young how their personality should be, are we not encouraging a lot of bad behavior by
definitely.
everything is it's later in life, that's probably where they get so much desire, because that's what they're used to in their youth. That's what they've been taught is what you go after.
Yeah, I mean,
I can definitely
it's
even.
I was going to say with Hill's comment earlier about the if a watching horror where they go and kill someone, it's blaming it on that film and things like that. It is, you can't blame it on what they've seen.
No.
However, I can kind of see a little bit of the flip side, but it's more down to the responsibility of parents allowing, because I do see a lot of let's use the term underage people, depending on what it is. So I'm just going to say underage. It depends on what it is, for what age it is. where they are trying to be more grown up by going on those things, certain social medias, and they're following suit with people that are older than them, and they're trying to follow them, trying to be like them. So it is an impressionable thing.
Yeah.
But again, it's down to parental control of what the fuck are you letting them do on it.
Exactly.
It was the
You see that
same
a lot on VR
when
chat.
when was it?
You do,
Oh,
you do.
definitely. But it was the
Yeah.
same about 5, 6, 7 years ago. I worked in a nightclub 7 years ago, and I was a fucking barman. But we were a bit short-handed on security. So obviously, if they wasn't busy at the bar, I'd do a few rounds, make sure everyone was all right.
Mhm.
And I actually found 2 underage girls with fake IDs.
Mm-hmm.
I asked them for ID. I looked at them, and I don't know how the hell they got in, but I could tell they were fake. They were just paper. They were literally just paper that was laminated. It wasn't even cut properly. So I
Well,
took them to the front door. I got the police. The parents came up then accusing us, and I says, "Hang on," and I gave them the fucking fake IDs, and I said, "Well, if it's our fault, explain how your girls got these." They waltzed in, showed them, and fuck knows what would happen if those girls had gotten groped or touched or even worse. That would have fallen on our
Yeah.
heads.
Yeah,
And
roofied
they
or
were
whatever. Yeah.
their actual age was 14, and they were in a nightclub.
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord.
I mean, the legal age here for drinking is 16, which I find totally stupid. But girls, you're
You know,
not
in the
missing
UK
out on anything.
In the UK.
Yeah,
In the
you're
UK,
not
you're going to
missing
be 18
out
to
on
drink,
anything.
21 to buy. But if you're
The
in a public
clubbing
house, like a
days-
pub and a nightclub, and you've got ID, they will make an exception.
The clubbing era of the world, or the United States, or anywhere across the world, is dead. Everything is now social media.
No. You have
Not
obviously
completely.
only met one Dane, and that's me. Honey, we're in the top 3 of countries that drink heavily.
Mate, I was out drinking
So
last
was my
night.
city.
Yeah, the clubs are very
I know,
populated
but-
here, so.
But here,
Yeah.
where I live, we actually own one of the largest freaking nightclubs in the United States. And it's been shut down because of
Yes.
that
Yeesh.
situation.
But I'm talking about an entire country. We might not be that big, but we are mighty. And goddamn, the teenagers over
I will
here.
tell you one thing: if you don't
Holy
want
shit.
to pay so much for a drink, do not go to Norway. No offense to the Norwegians, but beer there is expensive.
Go to Greenland. It's triple the price.
Jesus.
Yep.
Yo, Las Vegas.
That's because they get everything by either
Oh.
plane or boat.
Yeah, but that's importing. In Norway, they
Yeah.
literally don't. They if you want to drink and drive, they make you pay for it. It's like what?
If you
20
take
bucks a
if you
pint?
take a if you take a beer here, in Danish it would be like 35 Danish. Oh no. You go
Kroner.
to Norway, it would easily be 75 to maybe 80 for
Mhm.
What's that
one
in euros,
lousy
if you
beer.
know?
And that's why I'm going to stock up on liquor whenever I come over there.
Wait, I'll gladly send you some.
You just take 35 times, no, 7 times 35. Then you have, I think you have euros then.
I'm seeing lots of equations in front of my face, and I'm going.
Yeah, it's just all these
Feckle.
equations
What the
that are
fuck?
so
The
pretty.
The cogs are sparking. Sparks are coming out my ears.
The steam.
my head is just melted.
Math
I
stuff
know.
is hard.
Let's see, 7
Ay.
times 35.
My brain's gone
That's
that far.
definitely
I'm
not
even looking at a
true.
calculator, going, "How do I type this in?"
Definitely not right. Okay, so here 100 euros
7.5.
is 720.
245.
Yeah, that's not right.
What? 35
damn
times
it.
7.
No, 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 no,
This
no, no,
week
no.
on the
That's not right.
6873 show, maths lessons.
And how to make a
Shush.
brain go
Sorry if we're
brr.
boring you, Twisted.
Let's
That's
see
alright.
here. Okay, so 35 Danish. Okay, that was more like it. Yeah, that's like 4.5, maybe 5 euro.
That's still not bad. That's roughly the same
No,
price as
but
in
that's
the
in
UK, about
Denmark.
350, 390.
So if we
What
say
pubs are you drinking at?
80,
Yeah.
My local's called the Alma.
80.
They do like 340 a
I
pint
was
there.
going to say it's usually about £5 a pint now in a pub.
The
Depends where
further
you are
you
in
are
the
to the
UK.
city, the more the prices are. I'm on the
Absolutely.
coastline, mate.
80
You can get like a
Danish
pound
is
pint where I
around
live.
10 and a
I'm in the
half euro.
countryside.
That's still not
I
bad.
be farmer land.
No, but then you have to consider the exchange,
In
the
Norway,
whole
it is expensive.
valuta, how much you
All that nonsense.
have to exchange is.
Yeah.
But over here in America, for a white bottle of white chocolate rum is $15.
Gimme.
Pretty good.
Gimme, gimme,
nothing.
gimme, gimme, gimme.
The bottle's about yay
Gimme, gimme, gimme,
big.
gimme, 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 gimme.
It's yay big.
I don't fucking
and yay
care. Fucking
wide.
gimme. I want some. I want to try some.
Shut up and take
Send
my
me a
money.
Okay,
Shut up and take
anyway,
my
to
money.
return to the whole subject, if we take extreme
Yes.
violence, I will say snuff films. Like,
Mhm.
why
Yeah.
the fuck would you go in and make that? That is sick people,
The
and I
Saw
don't care.
films are extremely high grossing. And I think that's a good place to talk
Mhm.
about snuff films, right? That's
Yeah,
basically
yeah, yeah,
torture
yeah.
porn.
Yes.
It
Yes,
is. It
essentially.
basically is.
Why is
Mhm.
that
But
the
I
highest
have-
grossing horror franchise of all time?
But I have literally, by mistake, got a hold of like a clip from a snuff film, and you literally see this person go out, grab the first person he could, bringing them back, and stabbing them over and over and over.
Mhm.
I have a high tolerance. I just saw this as a movie. I didn't pay attention to details because I knew this was worse. I have had one of my VR kids coming crying to me because some idiot had shown a snuff film in a public world from whatever webpage they found it on.
Mhm.
This person
Jesus.
came crying to me, saying, I don't know what happened, but I could definitely see that was not a movie. And I said, what world? Do you know who shared it? And he said, Mom, it's a public world. I don't know. I don't know what happened or who it was. One thing is that you want to watch that garbage yourself, but don't bring in other people.
I don't know why VR chat even gives you the options to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It is a bit fucked up.
It is fucked up.
Tell you what,
It's even more fucked up that
Another-
they go out and make that shit.
another disgusting film, Human Centipede 2.
Yes.
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 That
I've
was
not seen either of them.
disturbing.
Don't.
Oh, it was bad.
Don't.
I will say you
Hmm.
should not watch it if you have a barf tendency.
Mhm.
Oh no, I don't.
Okay.
I'm
The
I
film
mean,
tries to
interested
be
to
as
watch
gross
it,
as
but
possible.
exactly.
Yeah,
No,
it
no,
fucking
nothing's
is.
off the table.
I've seen
Yeah.
both films, and
Abduction, torture, mutilation, rape.
Hmm.
It's all in there.
it's all in there.
Yeah.
There are some things I love watching horror movies, and I know what's real and what's not.
Mhm.
But rape, I'm sorry, I can't do
Oh,
that.
no.
I
Mm.
look away every
One of
time.
my
I can't.
one of
Yeah.
my concerns
I mean,
too.
I'm current. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Mhm.
I was just saying I'm currently watching the series on Netflix, Orange is the New Black. I know it's been out for a
Mhm.
while, but I was always sort of having an ahhing whether to watch it, and I've actually been watching it and getting really into it. I think I'm on like series 4 now or something.
Hmm.
And it was talking about the rape side of it, and it's one of the characters in there. I can't remember. Is it Tiffany? I think her name is, and it's the episodes where she's being basically raped by one of the new guards and things like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
damn, you know, it really highlights a lot of
It
issues
does.
there are with that. And it
I
was
think it was also a very old movie. I think it called Showgirl or Showgirls, where you also see like this woman meeting a celebrity, and she's head over heels into him, and he invites her to a private room, and then a friend joined, and another friend joined. I'm like, I can't watch this. I could hear everything, but I couldn't watch it. I can watch the most gory horror movie you can find, but rape, no. No. I don't know why. It's just it's just one of those things I can't.
It
Well, one of the
brings out the
things that
tendency to think, how can you call yourself a man when you have to force it?
But it doesn't even have to be a man. It could be a woman too.
That is
With the
true.
right amount of pills or whatever you have.
And
It's just
that's
'cause you
actually
don't
happened
hear a
IRL.
man. Yeah, you don't hear a man
Yeah.
coming up and saying, my wife is beating me or whatever. And that actually there was an American couple, and he never told anyone that she was abusive towards him.
Like
But she literally
I've
killed him.
personally known it in real life.
Yeah. She literally killed him in the shower. Literally just killed him in the shower. And he always told them, she's gonna be the end of me. She's gonna end up killing me. And they're like, she's just a small blonde girl. Yes.
Ion, what are you doing?
So if I go missing while I'm over there with her, y'all know what happened.
Nah, he's just going to be tied up in a dungeon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, the thing is about
He's not going to
modern
complain. He's
media.
going to enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
The thing about modern media and stuff like that
If anything, the only
is
person on this stage Tokyo actually kill is probably me.
Oh no.
sushi.
Oh, no. No.
I love you, honey. I
The
love
only
you,
one
honey.
I
I love
wouldn't
you,
kill is Twisted.
Nice.
Because you make furry porn, and I would like to see that.
There will be examples. I have censored a couple, but there will be examples.
Yes, we'll have them up here, which is actually really, really great art. It really is.
I
Thank you.
haven't
Good,
seen
good,
them
good.
yet, and I'm actually sad about that.
Nor have I. I want to see.
But
I'll send
one
them to
point I
you.
was gonna bring up about
Send them to me.
modern media
I'll
and stuff
send
like
them
that
to you.
is with there being so much violence and stuff like that and sex and stuff like that in every social media, it seems like even for older audiences, it seems like we're not only glorifying it but make it seem okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, I
that
love
is what
movies. I'm a
happened.
huge movie buff, but when it's so prolific and everything
It's just
you
a program.
see, it just becomes a normal.
Wasn't there a thing with Facebook a while because it was to do with that whistleblower, where they were actually the part of the algorithm was promoting
Yes,
like
to get hits.
violence and hate and things like that.
Oh yeah.
Their algorithm actually will sense out or promote certain posts and stuff like that, and actually and other people's things because it gets people staying on their screens. Sex and
Yeah, so the
violence.
algorithm.
Yes.
Exactly. The algorithm shows you what other people look at the most, and people are innately attracted to sex and violence, as is the topic of this discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And if
But
you
I
look
mean,
at
there were
most of
even,
your
like-
Facebook
There you
feeds,
go.
it's
you.
all violence.
The thing is, also here there was this major case about a teenage girl and boy, and they had sex in the school's bathroom when they were having a party, and it got recorded, and it was shared among friends, but friends share them, and then they share them further than that, and
It goes like
was sent
wildfire.
everywhere. Yes. It was so bad that if you shared it to one of your friends, even if the friend didn't watch it on Messenger and such, there were involved in this case too. I
Mhm.
can't remember how many people had to pay fines and stuff
Mhm.
like that.
A
If you,
good
you,
100
you
or so.
yeah. Even more than that, because it was shared among the whole
Mm.
school. It was shared among
Yeah.
friends from other schools, and holy shit. Even I once got the video. I just deleted the shit. I ain't paying attention to that bullshit. Hell no. Because at the minute they can see that you actually just browsed through it,
Mhm.
you were automatically like knowing that you were getting a call
Marked.
from the police. Yes, exactly. And I don't know. I mean, with kids, no. I know you feel like you have to grow up so fast, but it's not worth it.
Mm-mm.
Just
It's
enjoy your
definitely not
childhood
worth
while
it.
you got it made for you.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
Hell, I
And the
would
thing is-
give
14.
I would give my testicles to be a kid again.
Mhm.
I
You're
would
not
also
wrong.
give mine
I
to
would
be a
literally
kid
cut
again.
them off. I think you already had that wish then.
You're gonna give up Ian's testicles to be a kid again?
No, mine. Mine are bigger. Although I am blue balling them.
No, I
Because
mean,
when apparently you
literally
fall
have not
asleep
got a
on
thing to
VR.
worry about.
Because
Stop.
apparently when you fall asleep on VR, your boyfriend does stupid shit to you to try and wake you up. Well, guess what, honey? Mouth fucking doesn't help.
So I'll be
So I'm
sleeping
currently
in the
bastard.
doghouse. Ren, can I join you out there?
fuck off.
Yeah, I'm sure Ren will let you borrow his RV.
Fuck, he can sleep outside the window.
Kinky. Hey, get in one of those little cages they actually used to put kids in back in the 30s. No, I shit
Has
you not,
Ian been
right?
crate trained?
Back in the early 20th century, skyscraper families that lived in high-rise apartments, they would actually have cages
out
screwed
the
out to the
That's
side
window,
so the
right,
kids
yes.
can crawl out.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a death waiting to happen. But
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they could get
if
half
you
fresh
wonder
air.
why he's so switching in between straight eyes and that kind of eyes, because I'm blue balling him.
Aside from hitting him with a frying pan occasionally.
Oh no,
Oh, be quiet,
I haven't
Rosie.
done that.
Do we need to talk about the last load of laundry you did?
In the last load.
Oh, the last load of laundry I did was very good. It was lights and
Was
darks.
it a big load?
Help me, husband.
Was
I'm
it a big
stuck.
load?
Lifting the
Anybody come
wife's
help me?
underwear. And now he's
Made you
passing
jump out of
out.
your chair.
It was 2 big loads.
Oh
Giggity.
my lord.
I mean, okay, we
And I
can't.
was even able to hang them out to dry.
Mhm. To go back on track again, I know I started this shit and meh. But anyway, I can see why sex sell. I mean, Pretty Women sells. Extreme
Yeah,
stuff
man.
sells.
Mhm.
Hmm?
And men.
Twisted.
And men.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my.
And exactly.
Damn it, okay.
But are we going from the whole? I know there's still porn out there. We cannot deny that. But is it more like not?
Oh
Yes,
my God.
exactly. Don't sue us for using that sound. But I remember when I was a kid and I went down to the local, like, kiosk or whatever you would call it, and you just looked up and the top row there, like, all these colorful women
Oh, the
on
top
the
shelf
cassettes.
magazines.
And it was like, I wonder what that is.
Mhm.
But have we gone from that to totally
Just out in the open.
just internet
Now you just
Well-
type P in your search bar, and that's it.
True.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Well,
like
it's
even
true,
It's,
though.
it's funny.
That's
You don't
all
even
you
have to
can
type
tell.
that in. I remember typing in garden sheds, and it come up with freaking porn on Google.
Don't search dog.
What have you been looking for?
Do not search for
A
dog.
garden shed.
A garden shed, yeah.
A
I swear
garden
to God,
shed or a
don't.
fucking shed?
And
Don't-
don't ever
don't-
do anything with
A shag
stables.
shack.
I want to search it.
I want to search it.
No. Well, I kind of want to too, but
Nice.
I never said that I was innocent.
I
I'm
don't think any
horny.
of us
I'm
are
as horny
innocent.
as they come. I just don't advertise it.
Mhm.
Only with him, though.
And then there's
But-
me.
The laundry
True.
king.
Did you just call him the
And
laundry
then there's
king?
me.
The fuck? Rossi the laundry king. Yes.
Rosie the laundry.
Okay, but is there a line that you would draw and say until here and no further when it comes to like selling the whole sex and violence
Mhm.
scene?
Well, I think people in general need to go back to having a standard and having personal morals. You know, and not to like enforce laws and like people in general, every person out there needs to go back to having personal standards and personal morals. You know, it's
So
okay to
what-
have
So
it
what
out
kind
there.
of the people you meet nowadays?
Yeah.
Check out.
What kind of standards and morals? Like, what's the
Um,
baseline?
Don't
No
show
well, I
ankles.
mean,
Yeah, no ankles.
What?
no ankles.
No ankles.
No ankles.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 100 years ago, a man could easily get turned on just by a woman lifting up her dress and showing her ankle.
hmm
What? It's
I love
right,
you, but shut
though.
the fuck up.
And even more
It's
excited
true.
if you saw her knees.
I'm talking about today.
Damn.
We can't deny the fact that there are predators out there, no matter what kind of category you're
Oh
in.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I
Mhm.
think, well, one, you can have a healthy sex life. One, two, you can watch like games with violence, movie
Mhm.
with violence, and also sex. I mean,
Mhm.
there's no denying that, but there is that fine line in the sand that says
Like putting videos in
do
public
not-
places and
exactly.
Yeah.
giving your kids.
Presentation.
Yeah.
Like, these things should be behind locked doors, 18 only, right?
hmm
Oh, definitely. Along with the people
Yeah,
that create
definitely.
them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it depends on what.
I'm behind locked doors.
I mean, oh yeah, that
Well,
was
when
like
they
about
that
to
go
one you
say.
saw with the
further.
person
I was
being
about to say,
pulled in and being
Twisted.
fucking stabbed. That's not a snuff
Exactly.
film, that's just murder.
Mm.
Well, it was made into a snuff film. Don't make shit like that, okay?
No.
I know it exists. I know where I can find it, but I'm not gonna. Okay? I ain't stupid. And like me, there are yet longer people out there. There's equally not stupid. And they will find it. So why?
Mm.
You want to scar a child for life? Well, you're getting there.
Sometimes even an adult too. You can scar adults
Exactly.
just as easily. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
I mean, it's one thing to have a
Aside from
bit of
child
fun
groomers, there
with
are
a little
adult
bit of
groomers out
porn.
there.
Yeah.
There is.
But it's another thing to have something like these films that are, you know, above and beyond and are actually
Mhm.
hurting people. You know, not only making them, but you know, it makes it seem okay because hey, they're doing it and they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nothing happened to them. You know, it makes
Exactly.
it takes the reality of what actually can happen and makes it into a fantasy, and people only associate it with the fantasy side, not what's actually can happen.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's why I'm gonna say I'm happy that we have these people. I don't know if I'm gonna get stigmatized, but Anonymous, You were fucking awesome. I know you do really good work out there against
Shady, but
predators,
good.
against people who does this. I
Well,
can
and
only say thumbs up.
well, the thing is in like today's society, the way things are going, stuff like that. Unfortunately, maybe we need kind of the anti-hero like Anonymous.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly,
They're
having
willing to
Anonymous
need
take
more
up the
part of that,
Deadpool.
fight.
having Anonymous doing all these kind of things that they're doing right now and in the past will actually beneficial the future half of this world too.
Mhm.
Taking down sites that shouldn't even be up, dealing with stuff across.
Organizations.
Organization is the best key right now because there's more than one.
hmm
They have an entire army of people who will do it, and they'll probably do it for no cost just to take that stuff down.
Mm.
Revenge porn. I mean, how many people haven't heard that term? Revenge
That's
porn.
true.
Mm.
Oh, she cheated on me. Well, just put the entire shit on the internet. Yeah.
Mm.
Nah.
Nah.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Exactly.
Nope.
But there's still a side that says, yes, I love sex just as much as anybody else in this studio probably does.
Well, there's a tasteful way to do things, and revenge porn absolutely. is not
Exactly.
that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
No,
Mm.
I
Well,
think
it's-
that goes for everything.
And this is
even
coming
like the
from a-
most extreme of fetishes.
We get
Well,
it.
I mean,
Yogi
even
Black.
Don't know what happened there.
even in the furry
You were
fandom,
just
because
attracted.
No. It's like
It
this
was
is.
like a
Looking for a new art daddy.
magnetic field.
I'm going to shoot you. I wish this. I'm trying to. Ah, that's better.
It's not Rex season yet.
I'm a fox. I don't know what the
Shark
fuck
season.
you are.
You're
He's
a
a
fox.
girl.
He's a cox.
There's some intense,
only
really
Rexy I'm
intense stuff out there, but
Mm-hmm.
it's okay because it's not just out there for everyone to see. You got to go through hoops, make sure you're old enough to find it. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of X hentai before.
Yes.
Who, sorry?
Don't think I have.
Well, basically, there's hardcore stuff on there, but it's okay being there. Especially if you make
Yep.
sure it's a fantasy, because it's drawn stuff. It's not real stuff mostly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
based on fiction. It's just completely imagination.
Yeah, as some of the fetishes you can't even do in real life.
Well, see, that's one of the
I
things
mean-
too about
Mhm.
having like I would say stylized art. Is this you can make that cutoff from, hey, this is really great art. It's telling a story of something I'm interested in versus taking a camera and just filming it.
Yeah. Like the same thing that could be appealing in art is just so wrong in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I actually prefer
And this is coming from a creator.
drawn and animated sex. I know
Yeah.
it sounds stupid. Contrary the oh, we just made a home movie, sex movie. Well, yeah. Great. Let's continue with this. I don't know. It's boring. It's the same shit over and
Yeah.
over.
Mm.
At least
I quite
you
like
can
them both, but in different ways.
Yeah,
Well,
I was just
yeah.
gonna say I like
This
both.
real
It's-
stuff I watch, it's different to the stuff that isn't real that I look at. It's like different genres entirely,
Yeah.
really.
Well, I can remember when I was in my, I was 18, 19, and somebody I think it was late night, and I switched over to one of the channels I didn't even know existed on the TV, and all you could see was this motion. That was all. It literally looked like a man was trying to move a chair around,
Oh,
and
that's
struggling to do so.
Yeah, even when I was younger, I was a bit stupid and careless. It's like I was just flicking through the TV. It was late at night. I honestly just didn't give a shit of what was on. Next thing I know, boop, Babe Station. Just like, oh, okay, this has got my attention.
Ah. See, back in my day,
Until
it was
you-
cable TV, and it was the German channel.
The German channel,
Yes.
yeah. They used to have quite a reputation back then, didn't they?
Yes.
It's
That's
like
going
me and
back
Ren
some
over
years.
here.
The home
Now,
of the
if we
blonde
were going to talk
bombshell.
about the U.S. half, all we
And the midget
heard
stuff.
late night was either Robot Chicken
And the scat
What was
stuff.
it? George Lopez.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
rarely, I mean seriously, rarely anything pornographic. It had to
Mhm.
be really fucked up to be on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But even Playboy Bunny, like the whole franchise of that,
Yeah.
it was not that big of a deal. It was not like they're like
There's
heartborn
there's actually a
And
porn
lot of
movies.
shit
Yeah.
coming out now about Playboy. There's a lot of
Yeah,
shit coming
but-
out about it now.
Yeah, it's
Well, no,
just
but
that
back then-
since. Oh, continue, honey.
But back then, it was more like what kind of lingerie they were wearing. And
Yeah, it was pinups, wasn't it?
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. It was pinup,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
Today, they
tasteful.
It's like-
stuff everything between a carrot and a goddamn gardening hose up there.
Fucking
Mhm.
Well, that's it. It's
watermelons
like
and all
back
that lot.
then. It's like I've seen Playboys from like the 60s, 50s, and 70s, and I mean, like it got your imagination moving.
Yes.
It was
It's
tasteful.
like you can collect
It
Playboys
was
in a
the
video game. Mafia
beauty
2.
of the male or female form. Now it's just what can I stick up there? You know.
yeah,
I mean, a
it's like a
fisting
prostitute's
gives a
favorite
whole
drink.
new meaning.
7-Up Insider.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. So Scarlett,
I-
Serial
there was-
fist.
okay.
Sorry, go on.
Fist.
I was just saying, you talk about what they can stick up. I remember, I mean, as you may or may not know, a big Star Wars fan, and used to build lightsabers and things like
Uh-oh.
that, LED lightsabers.
Oh no.
And I remember seeing on a certain channel where, yeah, there was women on there that would say to like geeks like myself, you know, send your lightsaber to this address and pay me this amount of money, and I'll for you and send it back to you. And it was like,
Oh, okay.
Ah, it's
That
like the
is pure
bathwater
desperation
all
right
over
there.
again.
mm,
It's like the
Bella
bathwater
Daphne.
all over again.
But that's a
Mhm.
real
You
niche.
know,
Definitely.
I've actually looked about that, and she actually did. I don't know if she still does now. She sold her own brand of condoms for $10 per condom.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
cheapening.
my word.
You can go to a pharmacy and get a box of 20 for near enough for free.
Okay, true.
Mhm.
Can we just take a minute and appreciate
Honestly-
Healed? Can you say that again?
Condom.
And you say Did you say com?
Condom.
Dumb.
Condoms.
You keep
Condom.
making fun of
Someday
my
I'd like to
accent.
live
I'm
in
not
one
going
of
to need a
them.
condom for what I'm about to do.
I don't make fun of it.
is it a
I wasn't
condom
talking to you,
64?
Hokie.
No, Healed. I was talking about your pronunciation. You got to remember, I'm from the
Pronunciation.
South. I'm from the South,
And he's Welsh.
and you're from the and you're the Welsh. Just
Yeah,
hearing the
Chad
difference
Cymraeg.
between the two different languages, and that's what
Well,
makes
do
this
you
show
want to hear how
unique
we say
because
it
you
in
learn.
Welsh?
Mhm.
No, I'm just trying to state the fact. It's like this show is so open
I was
about
going to say
different
good because I
countries
can't
and
say it
different
in
languages.
I'd love to know what it is in Welsh. That would be
Pasta.
hilarious.
Feck off.
That is
But
your
seriously-
job. Your job
seriously,
now.
hey,
He'll
That is a
find
different
out
way of
how to
saying
say
it.
condom
Oh,
in Welsh.
okay. Okay. But seriously,
you're right.
look at how open and not diverse the show is. We have
Mhm.
two US, one Danish, England or UK, another UK, we have
Britain.
another UK.
I'm from Britain.
Like,
I'm
we-
from Tuesday.
Ah, they're a
You're from
minority.
Tuesday.
I'm from fucking Tuesday.
Like, we do
That's
not
man,
give
you're ruining
a...
it. Where's man, you're
Mhm.
ruining it.
Oh,
Like, we
frick
don't
off.
really care about that thing. But the best thing in this world is that we actually get along. Yes, we
And
have our
if we
different...
don't, and if we
You're
don't,
starting.
Yep.
if we
Size
don't
it
get
out.
along, I mean,
Crayons.
Wait, I'm just okay, Ion. I'm just kind of wondering, after hearing his story on lightsabers,
You know what,
what
it's
does
not
this
really that
tip of that
different.
smell like?
for fuck's
Oh,
sake,
yeah.
Ren.
Tuna tuna.
Yeah, condom in Welsh is really no different to English.
Okay.
Oh, okay then.
Okay. Like, it's just hearing the different pronunciations from different countries. It's just
Put a rain jacket
amazing
on.
what you can learn.
I'm surrounded by imbeciles.
We
Anyways,
dab you,
that hurt my brain.
Toasty.
Exactly.
Oh,
Couldn't say it better.
Oh,
But-
so Twisted.
Yeah.
Being an erotic artist, stuff like that. What is your personal take on this subject as sex sells and violence sells?
Well, from what perspective, I guess you're gonna have to narrow that down a bit.
Just from being a content creator.
Well, I think I can't comment too much on violence, but for the sex thing, I think it's perfectly natural to have a healthy libido, and
Mm-hmm.
it's as natural as eating and drinking.
Mm.
I think even this relates to violence, but it's something very core to us as humans. We're basically evolved to fuck, so might as well.
But have you ever drawn anything
Like-
where you're thinking, I would regret this? you
Not
ever-
really. For me, it's what I draw isn't what I'm into, and also what I draw, I usually stare at for 8 hours. So
True.
I see it as art
True.
rather than something sexy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mhm.
true. But do you advertise with saying that this is 18 plus and such? Because we know
you
with
can.
websites.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You can't get to any of my
Sorry?
stuff without going through at least one hoop that says, "Are you 18?" They can
Okay.
lie, but if they've lied, I can't do much about that.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know there are a lot of people like with the whole, even with VR chat, you have to be 15 and up.
Yeah.
And we meet a lot younger people in here. I had a 7-year-old
And the worst
follow me
part is some of
around
the
for an
avatars they
entire
use.
month.
oh, definitely.
I mean, it's annoying. I am one of those
The youngest
who
I've
appreciate.
seen is 3 years
and-
old.
Yes.
Dude, that's crazy.
What?
I heard
You
that
were
even
in the
3 year
talk at that
game with a
age?
4-year-old. You were in the game with
Yep.
a 4-year-old that ran around saying "fuck me."
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
That was a very awkward time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I appreciate the people who also make not safe for work avatars, even the public ones. We are adults that can literally know when and when not to use them. Okay,
Yeah.
Mhm.
there are some clever people and mature people. I'm not saying I'm mature, but I am. I have a little bit of a brain.
Well, it's like you'll
And
get
I
people that use
hate-
public rules just to, like, show him off and all that. But then if
Mhm.
kids get a hold of them, they're just around completely butt naked, and if they get removed and banned, it just ruins it for the people that use them maturely.
that
Yeah,
created
it doesn't
them.
mean anything to
I've
them.
seen
It's a
a
game
world,
to them.
yeah.
It's an
I've seen a
attention
world
game.
get banned 3 times.
Mhm.
So every
I think-
avatar in there now is safe for work. Another one get
I wish
closed
there
down
was
and they never returned.
more of an established adult community, like in VR chat. I wish there was
Yeah.
like more adult servers where you have to verify yourself in some way. But there just doesn't seem to
Exactly.
Oh
be.
yeah.
Either they're hidden away and I can't find them, or there just isn't much infrastructure there.
Some of them are hidden away. It's like we know a couple that
Yeah.
are very well hidden away unless you know the owner or know a code to get a portal.
It's pretty hard to get into, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
There are hackers and there are like people that steal other people's avatars. Like you buy an avatar on the internet and you just publicize it. Like, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
It clearly states when you buy it, the agreement of purchase. Do not make the avatar public. No, there are some out there saying you can use it to whatever the way you want. But the most
Yeah, there are
I've
those that
seen in
make
the
it, like Jujo,
avatars
who
that
makes it because she likes making them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. But there are avatars out there. I have a lot. I got them for free. I'm not gonna list where they are at because I know there are probably 1 or 2 underage people who is gonna watch this video regardless, even though it's 18 plus. But it states in every how to say. I just had a brain fart. Whatever. It states on there that when you purchase this avatar, do not make it public. Do not take any of the assets and use it on other avatars. Do not gift it to a friend unless you've talked with the creator themselves. And a lot of people don't follow this. I have seen
Mhm.
multiple avatars in worlds where it literally says, these are not my models, I just show them. Well,
Mhm.
bitch,
Yeah, I
what
saw
are you
that a
doing
lot.
with them in the first place?
Every
What are you doing
new
with them?
avatar place, they're ripping off all the avatars from a different place, and then it just gets recycled down
Mhm.
and down. That's why everyone kind of has similar looking avatars, you know, and like the
Yeah.
black cats and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
So,
So, yeah.
before we start wrapping up stuff like that, I'm just kind of curious because I know you have quite a large fan base and stuff like that.
I
But
do,
for your
yeah.
fans stuff like that, that maybe would like to know a little bit more about you. How did you get started doing art?
Mm.
And maybe if you'd like to tell us a little bit more about you and basically who you are and how you got started.
And the story about me getting into art's kind of funny because I've always been interested in art, but when I did art in school, I was dog shit. I was easily the worst in my class. I ended up finishing with a C, which was the lowest grade in my class. And then I didn't do art for about 2 years. Didn't do it in college.
Mhm.
And then I went to university for chemistry. Didn't do art still. But while I didn't have a job and I was just kind of mooching around from home, trying to figure out what to do with my life, I thought I'd get into art as a hobby, just mess around.
Yeah.
So I got a tablet and I started drawing anime stuff. And I was terrible. I was really bad. And that was 5
Hmm.
years ago, maybe 7 years ago now.
Oh.
So in that short amount of time, I managed to prop myself up, and just for pure, it started as a hobby. It still is a hobby, even though it's now a living. You could say I'm doing this professionally, but I just do it for fun, and I feel like anyone could do what I'm doing, like without school or anything
You're
like
yeah,
official.
self-taught. Mm.
Yeah, 100% self-taught. And honestly, I'm not even that good now, but a lot of it is also marketing, knowing how to present yourself, knowing how to advertise yourself,
Exactly.
and just knowing what
yeah.
people enjoy.
Mm.
So
It's
most of your
business
art
and it's
is
pleasure.
yeah, which is I mean, if you're doing something that you love doing and you're making money on it, that's the best thing you can ever imagine
It's a
or ever
win-win.
hope for. Mhm.
Yeah, it's really
Yes.
nice being able to wake up and
So
work when I want for as long as I want. I will work like every day for hours, but I actually have to slow myself down because my wrists hurt if I draw too much. But
Oh.
it is a dream-like life.
mhm. So most of your
It's
art
like
is CG, or do you do anything like freehand with pins, with pen and ink?
It's all done on a tablet with a pen. All graphical art done in Paint Tool Sci,
Mhm.
which is an art program.
Mm.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah, because I
So
remember
where would you
watching
like to?
your group server on your Scarlet chat with some of your work in progress, and they are quite astounding.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Beautiful art. Mhm. And where would you like to see this career take off to? I mean, do you have any plans for the future? Where would you like to see this blossom out to?
I'd say it's already taken off and mounted. For now, I'm just
Mhm.
coasting on by, having fun with it. You know, if
Nice.
people enjoy what I
Oh, that's
already
good,
enjoy
yeah.
putting out there, that's just bonus. It just makes everyone happier in the end.
That's excellent. And if there was any like little nuggets for your fans and stuff like that, what would be something? Well, another thing too is for any other aspiring artist, what would be a good piece of advice you would tell an aspiring artist out there? And what's like a message you like to give to your large fan group?
Well, for aspiring artists, like I often hear someone say, "I really want to be an artist." You don't want to
Mhm.
be an artist. You either do it or you don't. Like, you don't become an artist wanting to be one. You become an artist by putting 30, 40 hours in a week for years.
Hmm.
And then
Mhm.
maybe, just maybe, you'll be good enough for people to want to look at your stuff. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do porn, that's like 10 times harder. That's like living life on hardcore mode. So you got to really
Yeah.
have to consider the pros and cons, and a lot of research is required.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing
can
some of the
imagine.
memes, you know. this one person, he says, "I can't draw," and he has like this little sketchbook, and says, looks at their actual artist, and looks back behind him. He's got this huge mountain of sketches, and it's like it just takes time.
Mm,
Yeah, it
it
takes
does,
so
it
long.
does.
Hmm
So you do commissions too?
I don't do
Do you have
commissions now.
like? You don't do? Okay.
They're just
Well,
they're not
thank
they're not
God I got
profitable.
that cleared up.
Yeah, she was asking because she was going to see if you could do one of her and Ion together.
No,
All right.
I only want one of me.
I'd have to charge like
Oh.
£1,000 just to make it worthwhile.
Fucking hell.
I'm poor as fuck.
Yeah, that's why I don't really do commissions. The power of Patreon and group funding
Mhm.
enables me so much more than just taking a payment from a single person for a single picture.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like
It
having
makes sense.
1,000
It
people
makes sense.
pay for one picture is more than one person paying for one picture.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely leave
And
all
plus, you
your
do
information.
like edits as well. So
Mhm.
Yeah, we will leave all your information in the description below, depending on how much you're willing to give. And
Yeah, you take it all.
kinky.
take it all. But yeah, you heard it here, folks. If you're interested in supporting his Patreon and everything, we'll leave a link down in the description below. Just like our Patreon, please love, like, and subscribe. We need you guys. We cannot do this without you guys.
Mhm.
Please.
Yep.
Keep begging.
Because for every dollar made, it's a
Begging.
cracker for a volley. And crayons for Ion.
No, he has one
Right,
now.
right.
Well, yeah, he got a big crayon. He got a very big crayon.
E. And he's so
Smells a bit at the
proud
top,
of it.
but
God damn it.
Oop. Oh god, yeah. Where's that been?
Don't look at me. He sits on the goddamn thing every time he gets a chance.
I thought you're supposed to
I
eat
don't
it, not
pain
sit
your
on
ass.
it.
Those black marks on the crayon are the records.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another
Oh,
thing
God.
How
too
deep?
is
Well, it
How
depends
deep
on
you
which
can go.
end.
Hold on. Hold on. You don't want to hear music?
No.
No.
Mm.
You're going mad. You're hearing
That's my
things.
folks in the next room. They're watching TV.
Are you having an aneurysm?
Are we
Refresh?
sure
I
it's
still-
TV?
It's music.
chicka bow.
It's music, you
You-
dumbass.
It's music on the TV. They're probably
That's-
watching Midsummer Murders or something.
Hang on.
Okay.
I can hear something.
You're an ass.
No, that's
You're an
Ion's dad.
absolute ass.
That's Ion's dad.
Oh, another
Well,
question too.
Twisted, I do hope you've enjoyed your time. Answer your question. ask
For
away.
you're a professional working artist and stuff like that. How long have you actually been doing this as a career?
Well, I suppose if we define a career as when it started paying well, it's kind of hard to, because I did this while I was at university, and it did pay. It gets to the point where I was paying well in university, to the point where I did end up dropping out after I got my bachelor's. So I suppose technically, probably full time would have been 2.5 years ago.
Nice.
Oh.
Mm.
That is excellent. Because
But
it takes a
alright,
long time to
alright,
build
but
up, but
feels
once
a
it
little
gets
bit
there,
longer. No, I don't know. It could just be
Yeah.
I am getting old.
I've been doing this unpaid longer than I've been doing it paid. Like that is something people have to keep in mind.
hmm
He's a baby shark.
I don't think you
I
should be an
know.
artist.
I'm 62.
you puppy.
Don't be an artist if you're thinking I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be a rich famous artist. Be an artist if you
Mhm.
enjoy
Oh
drawing.
no. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
He's
does
secretly
anybody else
Banksy.
have?
Wanksy.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any
Wanksy.
final questions? Anything you guys want to say?
I'm just happy that Twisted's enjoyed his time here on the show with us. It was a pleasure to have him.
It's been good. Thank you for having me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though we've driven him a
Giggity.
little
We
bit
will-
crazy, but hey.
No, you're the one.
We do
driving
that a
the
lot
There is
on our
no
show.
such
but
thing as
still love you.
normal.
Exactly. But yeah, thank you so much. Like we all said, it has really been a
Hmm.
pleasure. We will show some of the art. We did cover it up.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I
we
would
got
have
this
registered
covered
as
up.
you're
being
gonna
18
see
plus, but
Yes.
we're not that stupid.
exactly. If you want to see more of the art, well, we can send you
Just Google
his
me.
way. Exactly. Basically.
Well, your Patreon link will be down below.
Yes.
Now the
And
question
also,
is,
we still
one
want to see
question I have got.
Sorry.
So
Mhm.
do you have artwork on that particular website that begins with an E?
E. Ed Hentai? E621?
That's the
Yes.
one.
It's on all of them.
E621?
Yes.
Yeah, you'll find me on most popular of the day every so often. At least once a week.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay.
Not that I've ever been there or anything, or but-
Bullshit.
Don't
You might have
lie.
even
I've
seen my
been
work
there.
before if you're a frequent browser.
Even I've been there.
We've all been on that
I
website
might
at least
be.
once or twice.
Hmm.
a day.
Maybe.
But
Come
also,
on.
also,
just no one look at my phone.
but
Browser
also,
history,
we
delete,
want to
delete,
see.
delete.
We still want to see the artistic side of this community and our fan base. We
Yes.
want
Mhm.
to see fan art.
Please.
Mhm.
From all of
And
our
we want to
potato
hear from
chips
you
out
if you have
there.
any ideas, anything like that. We want to hear from you. Ultimately, this is your guys' show.
Exactly.
And remember, any of your art appeals to us, we will put it on a t-shirt.
Yes. It will be our limited edition. And of course, we'll send one to you. But
Yes.
Oh,
I
definitely,
think
free of
we have
charge.
been all around and back again, and
Mm-hmm. I think this has
Yeah.
been a great show. Thank you so much,
Definitely.
Mrs. Scarlett, for
Yes,
being with
thank
us today. We'll, like I say,
Thanks for
we'll
having me.
definitely have your information stuff down here. You've been an absolute pleasure to have on the show. We definitely
Yes.
hope to have you on the show again. And
Yeah,
until
could
next
happen.
week. Oh, yes. Until next week, everyone out there, have a great day.
And to all the
Toodle
potato
and a
chips
pip.
out there, take care and be safe. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.
Toodle and a pip.
Lick the camera.
Oh, boy.
Potatoes!
Potatoes! It's a franchise!
Chunky chips.
Chunky
Oh,
chips!
Pariah lost his
Well,
mojo.
you were too
Oh, the
slow.
bounce has gone from his
Let's
bungee.
say it. Let's just say it.
Oh,
Just say it.
Potatoes!